All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are tackling the world's most popular sport, football. You've seen the unbelievable passion, you've seen the massive crowds, but to really, truly get what makes it the beautiful game, you've got to know the rules. So, let's break it all down, nice and simple.
And when I say popular, I mean it's on another level. We're talking about a sport that's played everywhere, from dusty streets to billion-dollar stadiums. It connects people from all over the world. It's like a global language, really.
But like any language, it has its own grammar, a set of rules that makes everything make sense. So why did the ref just blow the whistle? What in the world is the offside rule? Don't worry, we're about to clear all of that up.
Okay, let's start from the very beginning and build this thing from the ground up.
First things first, let's set the stage.
The playing field, or what everyone calls the pitch, is basically just a big rectangle. Now, the length can actually vary a bit, somewhere between 90 and 120 meters long. But those boundaries, they're super important. Everything that happens inside this green box is what the game is all about.
So on that pitch, you've got two teams going head-to-head, and each team gets to have 11 players on the field at any one time. Well, that's 10 regular outfield players and one player who's got a pretty special job.
And that's the goalkeeper. This is the only player on the field who's allowed to use their hands and arms. But, and this is a huge but, they can only do it inside their own penalty area. You know, that big box right in front of the goal? If they step outside that box with the ball in their hands, nope, they've got to play with their feet, just like everybody else.
Okay, the stage is set, we've got our players. So, how do you actually play? And maybe more importantly, how do you score?
The main goal is simple. Score a goal. And a goal officially counts only when the entire ball, the whole thing, crosses the opponent's goal line, right between the posts and under the crossbar. That one word, completely, is why you see so much drama on those close calls. If even a tiny sliver of the ball is still on the line, it's no goal. Wild, right?
So, here's the basic flow of the game. It all starts with a kickoff right from the center circle. From there, players are mostly using their feet, their head, or their chest to move the ball around. The big rule? No hands or arms for anyone, except, of course, for the goalkeeper in their box. Now, what happens if the ball goes out? If it goes out on the long sides, play restarts with a throw-in. And if it goes out on the end lines, by the goals, it's either a goal kick for the defending team or a corner kick for the attackers. That's the rhythm, the back and forth, that drives the entire match.
All right, now let's get into the stuff that can really confuse people who are new to the game. We're going to tackle fouls and, yes, the infamous offside rule.
So what's a foul? At its core, it's just any action the referee thinks is unfair or unsafe. We're talking about the obvious stuff, like tripping an opponent or pushing them over. But it can also be more subtle, like a tackle that's just a little too dangerous. The whole point of these rules is to keep the game fair and, keep the players from getting hurt.
Okay, deep breath, everybody. This is the big one, the offside rule. It sounds so complicated, but I promise the reason for it is actually pretty simple. It's just to stop players from being lazy and hanging out by the other team's goal, waiting for an easy pass. So, how does it actually work?
It is all about timing. Your position as an attacker only matters at the exact moment your teammate passes the ball to you. So, as you can see here, you are in an offside position if, at that moment the ball is kicked, you are closer to the goal than the second-to-last defender. It sounds tricky, but it's really a rule that rewards smart runs and clever team play, not just standing around. It forces the game to be more dynamic.
So, with all these rules, you need someone to enforce them, right? Well, that's the job of the referee, and these are the tools they've got to work with.
You can think of it like a ladder of consequences. For normal, everyday foul, the other team just gets a free kick. Simple enough. But for a more serious foul, the ref will pull out a yellow card. That's like a formal warning. Get a second yellow card or commit one really bad foul, and that's it. You get a red card and you're sent off the field for the rest of the game. Your team has to play with one less player.
And when it comes to fouls, location is everything. If a defender commits a major foul inside their own penalty area, that box we talked about earlier, the punishment is huge. It's a penalty kick. This sets up this incredibly dramatic one-on-one showdown between the shooter and the goalie from just 11 meters away. It's one of the most high-pressure moments in all of sports.
Now, in the modern game, refs also have some high-tech backup. It's called VAR, which stands for Video Assistant Referee. Basically, there's a whole other team of officials watching on video screens, and they can help the on-field ref review the biggest, most game-changing incidents. We're talking goals, penalty calls, red cards, to make sure they get the final call right. So how does a match actually end? Let's talk about the clock and what happens when you need to find a winner.
A standard match is 90 minutes long. It's split into two 45-minute halves, with a 15-minute break in between called halftime. But here's the thing. The clock never stops, even when the ball's out of play or someone's injured. So to make up for all that lost time, the referee adds on what's called stoppage time or injury time at the end of each half.
Now, in a normal league game, a match can end in a tie or a draw. But in a tournament, like the World Cup, you have to have a winner. So, if the score is tied after the 90 minutes are up, the teams play another 30 minutes of extra time. And if it's still tied after all that, then we get the ultimate test of nerve, the penalty shootout.
So there you have it. You've got the rule book, the pitch, the players, the objective. It's not a mystery anymore. But here's the thing. Knowing the rules is really just the first step. The true magic of the game, the real beauty, is in watching how the greatest players take those rules and use them with incredible creativity, intelligence, and skill. So the next time you watch a match, don't just see if they're following the rules. Ask yourself, how are they mastering them?